I want to do the right thing starting now, even if it's at the expense of myself. I will, however, point out a couple of the lies that I think will cause the least amount of harm to other people involved in this because I do not wish for this to be a continuous chain of posting back and forth videos about it. But I do, however, need to protect myself. Claiming that I am some longtime villain and mastermind who only made her platform to make victims is incredibly inaccurate and takes away the reality of any situations. Unfortunately, the truth is I was in a serious problem for the majority of this year. There were many instances in which professionals tried to get the people who care for me to take action, but no such action was pursued. I had gotten to the point where I was drinking water, and taking substances someone handed me every single day. My intentions weren't to have fun, they were to be unborn, let's say, guidelines. I've spent the majority of this year living in a constant state of paranoia and mania because of how much pressure my job and the side effects of overusing my medication had gotten to me. I have been living in an altered state of reality for far too long, which affected not only my safety, but the safety of people around me. I started being unable to remember things or partake in any basic function way back in May, and I'm pretty sure I started using back in February, if not then it was early March. Many days early in this year, I would sit on the floor of my kitchen completely alone, but surrounded by people who were in my head. I would be absolutely terrified, so I would call a friend and I would ask them to hang out because I was so scared of being on my own. I would jokingly say that my friends were babysitting me because, quite frankly, what I needed at the time was a parent. I told a lot of the people around me about how bad my hallucinations and the voices were getting. I was very open online with how little I could sleep, but because I had chosen to surround myself with other people who used or people who did not care for my safety at all, I carried on in this state. There were multiple professionals who tried to get my parent to step it up and help me. After my attempt back in April, which if you know me as a person, you would know how against my character that is, I was begged to go to the ER and be admitted to a psych ward. But obviously that didn't happen because in most cases, social media came first. I regret the decisions I made that allowed myself to get into such a dark space. I wish I could explain how I existed in such a state for so long. I would like to mention, though, that the way people are depicting the series of events are inaccurate and dramatized simply for the appeal of shock factor and extra clicks. I apologize that I decided to take too many things, and I apologize for making anybody uncomfortable. But when you start exaggerating or changing details of the events that occurred to make yourself look better or run from your own bad decisions, that is where I lack sympathy for you. I'm going to clear up a couple of the lies. To start, I never forced anybody or lied about what substance I was giving someone, and I never actually gave out my prescribed medication to anyone. I have also never taken legal action against anyone. After